If you've been around the channel for a while, then you'll probably recognize and know that I really like the HyperX SoloCast. I use it for recording audio for majority of my videos, at least pretty much since I reviewed it. Usually I have it sitting on the Razer Siren emote stand. It gets a little bit taller, a little bit closer to my mouth, but this is the stock form that it comes on, and which is great. It's a great microphone. It sounds really good, but the stock stand is it's hard, and so any sort of desk impact gets transferred through the stand to the microphone to your recordings. And that can be anything from just like tapping on the desk like this, and even when you're typing on your keyboard, some of that impact can come through as well. So if you are a creator, a streamer, a podcaster, or even talking to your coworkers in a work from home environment, or leading a presentation, obviously that's not the most ideal situation to be having all those impact noises transferred into your recording. So today we're going to take a look at a couple of ways you can both reposition the microphone to get a little bit closer to your mouth, and then also isolate it with a universal shock mount to knock out a lot of those desk sounds, a lot of those desk impacts. So let's dive in and check it out. Thanks for watching 9 to 5 Toys. Be sure to like, subscribe, and enable notifications with the bell icon so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Hey everyone, Jordan here with 9 to 5 Toys. I'm a big fan of the SoloCast. I use it for a lot of recordings on this channel. I also use it for gaming with friends as well. The tap to mute button on top is awesome, and at just $40, it seems like a heck of a deal. Now, of course, there are other microphones in that same price bracket. The Razer Siren Mini, I think you can get for $40 right now on Amazon as well. But the tap to mute feature that the SoloCast has, for me, just kind of sets it a step above, a bar above. I use that quite a bit when I am playing with friends on games. Then also, if I'm in any sort of web conference, just being able to quickly mute instead of trying to find the mute in the software is very handy. But anytime you touch the desk or move anything, all that impact noise is transferred through. Even a very light tap is going to be coming through and make a really loud, obnoxious boom. So two ways we can help with that. I first want to raise it up and get it closer to my mouth, because condenser microphones, they're usually pretty sensitive, and so they can pick up a room a little bit more depending on how far away you have it from your mouth. So if you can get it a little bit closer, not too close so it's not popping too much, but get a little bit closer, about kind of that 6-inch distance, you won't pick up as much room noise. So we're going to use a boom arm to do that, and then we'll take a look at a shock mount as well. So of course there are some really high quality boom arms you can get. Rode makes ones called the PSA1. That's about $100. So if you're not looking to spend that much, I've had really good luck with this cheap Amazon one that I bought over 2 years ago, and I've been using it pretty much exclusively ever since. And it's been able to hold every single microphone that I've reviewed, everything that I've thrown at it, even the Samson Q9U, which is a pretty big, beefy, dynamic microphone. So this has worked great for me, especially for the price. I think the normal price is like $22 or something like that. So it's a very simple boom arm mic stand. Nothing crazy here that really stands out. Quality, it's not the most confidence inspiring, but like I said, it's worked perfectly well for me and been able to hold everything that I've thrown at it. So it just clamps onto your desk. You can just clamp it on the side here. You put your microphone on the other end, you can just reposition it wherever you need to. All right, so I've got it clamped on here, and then it's really nice to be able to position it and move it, pretty much anywhere you want. So now the HyperX SoloCast, it just pulls out of the stand, and then it has the threads on the bottom, so it's really easy to attach directly to this boom arm. All right, so now I have the SoloCast on the boom arm, and the nice thing about this is I can reposition it and get it a lot closer to me. It might still pick up some noise as I am adjusting in there, but I can get my mouth closer to it. I can get about that 6-inch distance, which is really what you want to get, the optimum quality out of this microphone. And you can position this, in a ton of different ways. I have it horizontally here, sticking straight out to the side, but of course you can rotate it and stick it straight up or straight down. So really, however you want to set it up, this mic stand, like I said, it's very cheap, it's very simple, but it makes this very easy to do. All right, so that's one, way to make this sound better. You can get it in a better position, get it closer to your mouth, and so this way you can, turn the mic down a little bit and hopefully not get as much room noise. Hopefully it's more direct on your voice. But the only thing is, with this hard clamp to the desk, it'll still pick up some desk impacts and some desk noise. Even typing on my keyboard will still get some of that. So the other thing I want to do is look at a universal shock mount that I found on Amazon. The SoloCast itself is 50mm diameter, so if you just do a search on Amazon for a 50mm universal shock mount, there'll be a few options that pop up. And this one, as you can see, it's adjustable. It expands with these kind of clips here. And so this one is supposed to be for like 48 to 52 millimeters or something like that. And it's Pretty simple, but it also works really well. So I'll get that set up real quick and we'll check it out. All right, and so we've got it on the shock mount here, and as you can hear, it's making a pretty big difference as far as impacts on the desk. Now there is still a little bit transferring through, and one thing to note here, it took me a little bit while to figure this out, but the actual mountain here can kind of move around a little bit with these elastic straps. So once you get the microphone in there, you kind of want to position it, make sure it's positioned right in the center. I think it was kind of off center for a little bit and I was getting even greater impacts, but once I kind of centered it up, it seems to be doing a better job of mitigating those. So definitely something to keep in mind. Again, this is a $13 shock mount, but now, I mean, I can pick something up and move it around my desk and it's not going to make that huge low impact that was making the audio completely unusable, that low rumble. And just for reference, I put it back here in the stock stand so you can kind of hear what it sounds like. It's a little bit further away from my mouth, and then it's also going to be picking up more impact noises. And here I'll type a little bit on my keyboard. So hopefully that gives you a good idea of the comparison and what adding these accessories, what that can do for your HyperX SoloCast to make it sound a little bit better. All right, and we're back to the shock mount. One thing to consider, obviously, is pricing. So with the microphone on sale, that's $40. With the shock mount on sale, it's another $13, down from the usual $30, I believe. And the boom arm comes in at $22. So all that together, with these deals, the total is going to be $75. Which really is, pretty good. This microphone's been around for a little bit, so we're probably going to see it on sale pretty often. Of course, stay locked to 9to5toys.com to make sure that you're checking out, all the latest deals. But if you don't get these on sale, full price for everything, the total comes to $112, which does put it within striking distance of the Quadcast lineup, also from HyperX. And those feature built-in shock mounts. They feature selectable polar patterns. There's a gain dial on the bottom, so a ton of features built into those for that price. But if you are on a budget, I still think that the HyperX SoloCast is one of the best places to start. So even if you just pick up the microphone for $40, it's a great sounding, simple microphone with some nice features. And then if you find yourself needing, a shock mount and a boom arm, you can add those to them as your budget and time allows. All right, and that'll do it for this quick video. Adding your couple accessories to your HyperX SoloCast. What do you think about it? Do you think it's a good improvement? Do you think it's worth the extra money? Let us know down in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. This is Jordan with 9to5 Toys.